Hi you guys, so it is 2 days after I moved into the antique booth. It's still feeling so unreal, but I'm getting some things together today and I figured I would chat with you a little bit, update you on how it went and all that stuff while Dallas, my littlest one, is in for his nap. I just picked up 2 brand new clothing racks for the antique store. Thank you so much, Mallory, who sought after these Facebook Marketplace listings. And this is just the beginning. Just the beginning, y'all. Just got some more stuff from my friend Mallory. It is moving day. Did not really film anything this morning because it's just been a chaotic day trying to get everything together. But we're doing it! Still unreal to me that I am gonna have an antique booth. I do have an antique booth. But I printed some signs earlier. Let me show you. So cute that I'm going to be hanging on top of the racks to just kind of label them. This one says men's with my brand signage, boys, girls, and then women's. And then also I printed a couple of these. I saw other vendors have these in their booths and I thought it was so smart. They say, please keep hangers on rack. Not everyone is going to see these signs, I don't think. Not everyone's going to listen to them because, you know, in normal stores, you just take the hangers up. Unless you're in a thrift store, and I personally take them off for the cashiers. But in a normal store, you don't leave the hanger on the rack. So I got 3 of these printed. I printed them with my own printer that I got like 2 months ago. Really is coming in handy. And then I also printed this, Stay Connected With Me, through Instagram, that I'm going to put in a frame. And then I also printed this, which is just my brand sign that I'm going to put in a different frame. So I'm going to cut these. I figured while I am working on cutting these down, I will chat with you guys. Also, let me show you these too. I'm going to be tagging these. This I've had in my own personal collection forever, literally since 2022. I just took the tag off the back today, but I never hung it up and I think it's so cute. I feel like somebody would love that. So I'm going to be tagging that. And then this bowl, this plate and 2 bowl set I found the other day that I'm going to be adding. I feel like this is perfect for the season. And I love especially the little mushrooms on this plate. So whimsical, so cute. I did a quick Google image search of these in the store when I was at the thrift store the other day, and it looks like people have these listed online around $20, $25, $30. I am marking mine for $23. This is what the tags look like. I have to print them off at home myself, like type up the names, all that fun stuff, and I think I'm going to just put this on the back of this set of 3. And these are by Oneida. I still don't know how to say that, but these are a pretty cute little set. And then This tag is for a wooden kids rocking chair that I also found yesterday. It looks handmade, has a heart in the back. It matches a heart shelf that I have in my booth right now. So I'm going to tag that. That is in my car right now. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the day. So it was kind of stressful, I'm not even going to lie. So the day before I got into the booth was Thursday, and I'm like, okay, let me go into the storage unit, let me start pulling items. I wasn't able to do really anything in the Antique Mall's system yet. So with this mall, you do everything in their system, you print the tags at home. So I didn't have access to their system yet up until technically Thursday night. And then Friday, when I was moving in, I really had access. So up until really Thursday afternoon, I wasn't able to do anything in their systems. But she called me on Thursday to kind of go over the contract, all that kind of stuff. I didn't officially sign it yet, but she sent it to me so I could read it, kind of went over everything. She did make me the 2 accounts, one like the antique booth account on their website, and then there's another software that they use for their barcodes and stuff. She made me that account, and so I was sort of able to go in and enter some items that evening, on Thursday evening. But anyway, so after she had called me on Thursday, I went into my storage unit. I started pulling some items, some clothing items. All the home decor items I already knew. Like, I probably had enough of those. I've been collecting those over the past couple months, but clothing, a lot of the stuff I planned on just pulling from my inventory. So I had to go in and do that. And then I came home that evening after my kids went to bed. I started entering all of my home decor into the system. Wasn't able to print any of the tags yet. I actually had to order a special size tag for the labels. They prefer this size, and it's actually funny because it's not working. I can't figure out how to get these size labels to work in my Dymo. So what I've just been doing is using my regular shipping labels, but I will kind of put 4 labels on one and then cut them out. That way I'm not wasting any. The first day when I was like stressing out, we will get to that. So yeah, Thursday evening, typed all my home decor into the system, wasn't able to print. And then Friday morning, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in to the storage unit again, first thing in the morning. Everything that I pulled the day before on Thursday, as far as clothing, I'm going to enter into the system. So I did that, and it actually took longer than I expected. Probably took me about 2 hours to enter that stuff. She was calling me again at 11 a.m. on Friday to have me officially sign the contract. So she called me at 11. I literally got back home from the storage unit at like 10:50. 10 minutes to spare. I got everything done at the storage unit that I had to. Enter everything. I put some tags onto all of the pieces of clothing because I am like, okay, I need something to stick the actual barcodes to, you know. They're stickers. So I am using just something like this. So I also attached these to all of the clothing pieces. It took a long time. But anyways, she called me at 11 a.m. to have me officially sign the contract with her. We did that. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and plan to head up today in a little bit and start moving in. And she's like, actually, you have to wait because we did not yet get pictures from the old vendor that was renting the space. So we don't know if this space is actually technically empty yet, if it is officially ready for you to move in. And I'm like, okay. Funny, the day before she told me that they have to make sure the space is empty before I sign the contract. But then the day of, she said, oh, let's just double check. You know, I don't know if you can actually move in yet. I have to make sure that that space is actually empty. And I'm like, okay. Mini freak out inside. I told her, you know, I kind of already made arrangements to move in today. At that point, my car was already packed. Everything from the storage unit, racks, my car was packed full of stuff that day already. And she's like, okay, well, if you can't move in today, we will refund you a day. And she's like, let me call the other vendor. Let me reach out to the other vendor, see if the space got moved out of. I'm going to ask her to send me a picture of the space. And she did, and I was like freaking out. Probably within 30, 40 minutes, she called me back. I was like, okay, you're good to go. The space is empty. You're good to move in. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And my friend Miranda was actually helping me that day, which I'm so thankful for. Without her, it would have taken so much longer. But after I got the call that I was good to move in, first I had to print all the labels for my items because I did not do that the day before. I was waiting for these labels to come in. I literally ordered these on Thursday. They came in on Friday morning from Amazon. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. Well, the labels were giving me trouble. They were not printing, and then it would print one, but it wouldn't print correctly, and then like it would just spit a whole bunch of them out, and I'm like, okay, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to like troubleshoot right now. I really don't. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and use my regular shipping labels, the big ones. And for today, we're just going to have to cut them all out of the shipping labels. So I have 184 to be exact shipping labels that just have a corner cut out of them. Because at that time, you know, to bulk print, I could not print them 4 to a page. To do that, I have to kind of take a screen capture of the barcode and then put it in my Dymo, which is my label brand, the software. I have to kind of paste them onto that before I print. So couldn't do that day. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do with all these labels. 184. It's almost an entire roll, which is so sad. But my friend Miranda, on the way up there, because it's about 50 minute drive from my house, she was cutting labels the entire time. So we got up there, you know, everything was pretty much good. We loaded in. There was a vendor there, and I cannot even remember her name right now. Oh my goodness. Shelby? I don't think it's Shelby. Oh, I feel so bad. But she was there, and she was kind of working for the day. You know, some of the vendors also work at the mall itself, but she also has some spaces in there herself. But she was working there that day, and her booth was actually right down from my booth. One of her booths. She has several. So I was asking her questions. I was like, okay, can you just point me in the right direction? I just wanted to make sure at first that I was setting up in the correct booth, because there was 2 booths empty. And I'm like, okay, cool. And she showed me where my booth was, and she was so helpful. So thankful to her. But loading in was super easy. They literally have like a garage door that you pull into, and where that leads to is very close to my booth. So I don't have to go far for loading in. And this first time really was the most that I'll ever have at one time, I feel like. So anyway, Miranda and I got there, we took everything inside, and then we started loading up, and we were there from around 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30, until around 6 o'clock. We were there for about 4 hours setting stuff up, and I am pleasantly surprised, and I'm very impressed with myself, because I just kind of got some stuff together. Like, I did not know for certain how well these things would fill the space. Like, I already had it in my mind. You know, I'm setting up Friday. I at least want to get some things in there for the weekend, because the weekends are the busiest there. They're open Wednesdays through Sundays, but obviously weekends are the busiest time. So I want to have some things in there for the weekends. And I was pleasantly surprised that literally the things that I decided to bring filled up the space perfectly. I could definitely add a couple more home decor items in the corner where the one shelf is. And another positive thing is that they had some shelving units that I was able to use. Like, I did not realize that they had some things that vendors could use. So that was extremely helpful, because my booth does not have a back wall, unfortunately, but the shelves really help. So my plan is, as you could see in some of the clips, you know, the back is kind of not the prettiest looking, because behind my booth is kind of where there's some storage and stuff like that. So I do have a room divider in my storage unit that I bought for myself when I first moved into this apartment, like over 2 years ago, that I never used. And so I plan on using that as like the backdrop of my booth, just so it doesn't look so warehousey, you know what I mean? But I am just, like I said, pleasantly surprised by the home decor. It literally fit perfectly on the one set of shelves. And I can kind of change up the shelves as well, which is really nice. Like, I don't have to leave it like that. I can add more shelves and whatnot. But I am pleasantly surprised, and I don't know. I am just so grateful to be in this position, and just so, I don't even know. Like, it's not real life to me yet. And I am so curious to see how this is going to go. Like, I'm trying not to have my hopes up too high, you know what I mean? But everyone that I've talked to so far that is a vendor here just seems to do so well for themselves. And I don't know, I expect to do the same, but at the same time, like I said, I don't want to get my hopes up too high and then have them crushed. I tend to do that in life. I tend to just think things will go great every single time, and they don't always, which is fine, you know, that's life. So I will definitely keep you guys up to date keep you updated. And I definitely cut this piece too small. This one, I almost cut perfectly. I just need to cut the top off a little bit. That is like perfect. So I'm just going to sit this on the top of the back shelf, I think. And then this bigger frame is going to be for my logo. But I originally thought that I was going to have to go back up there on Monday, which is tomorrow, to bring more things. Like my original thought was, there's no way that I'm going to have this perfect on this first try on Monday. Like I'm going to have to go back there early this week, but that's not the case. I'm feeling very good with how I left it. I'm going to go up this week, probably Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. I'm thinking about also hitting the bins when I go up there. Not sure yet, but I think I left it at a great spot for my first time. And there's definitely a few touches that I want to add, such as an area rug. I do want to get an area rug for it. I want to add these signs. I do want to actually write my name on all of the hangers, which I did not really have time to do on Friday. But otherwise, it is really coming together. So this is not... I hate to have to reprint this, but that just looks so weird. My fault for accidentally cutting that too small. I should have used this as a guide, but I'm going to reprint this one so it fits the frame better and is actually a 5x7 so it doesn't look so janky. And I'm going to put that in here, but definitely stay tuned. I don't know if I'll have any other dedicated antique mall videos, but I will definitely be giving updates in other future videos. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do. Thank you everyone who's been along for this journey. I can't even fathom that this is my life. Like a year ago, I would not have even thought about doing an antique mall. A year ago, I wasn't even thinking about doing in-person markets. And I feel like that's really was my first step. And then my second step was doing a booth in an antique mall. Just mind-blowing. I am just so proud of myself, and I don't say that often, and I don't want to sound conceited, but I really am. Ashley 5 years ago would be applauding the Ashley I am today, and it's really, really nuts, really weird feeling. But thank you guys for being along, and I really, really appreciate you. Thank you if you made it to the end of this video, and I will see you in my next one.